Tunnel Rat alert. Civil defense information will be broadcast at 6:40.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Y2K, how can we prepare?
Stop a few of their machines and radios. Throw them into darkness for a few hours.
We are fighting for our lives. My family must survive.
Food for 5 years. 1,000 gallons of gas. Air filtration, water filtration.
Coming at you from the frozen tundra that is East Central Alberta, Canada, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, and Odyssey. Welcome back to the workshop where we create community, find freedom, promote preparedness, and share success. I am Toolman Tim. Today is November the 24th, 2023, and this is episode 401 of Workshop Radio. How is everyone this evening? We are live. I got a guest here waiting in the wings for me. You haven't seen her in ages, but I figured I'd get the announcements out of the way before I bring her on. First off, we got to remember our sponsor, and that is Homestead Ham Radio, otherwise known as Two Chicks Homestead, Nate and Aaron. They've got quite the little thing going there where Nate will pre-program ham radios, put them together for you as you request, and he'll ship them out to you. I've got my first two Baofeng, however you pronounce it, UV5R, I believe. I've got two of them out in the garage. Got to open them and make them work. Anyway, give them some support, guys. Their link is in the description tonight. And the other thing is the workshop Black Friday sale. I'm rather excited about that. So if you missed last night's episode, and if you're not a member of, well, even if you are, I mean, hey, we can give it as a gift, but Patch of the Month Club. So something we have done before is if you sign up for the monthly right now during Black Friday, you will get a grab bag of 3 previous patches. No worries. But I had to ask the boss, and she gave me permission to do this. But if you sign up for the yearly recurring subscription, it's $100 for the year. You'll get a patch every month for the next 12 months. But with your first shipment, you will get all 12 of the last 12 months patches free, included with your first sign up. So I'm kind of excited about that. We had some extras, and I thought, you know what? What's a good way to do a deal that people had never seen before? And so we decided to go with it. So if you sign up, I had one sign up last night after last night's show. And then the other one is these 8-year battery packs from Batrix. They are custom with Toolman Tim's logo on it. If you're looking at put together kind of emergency backup power kits for family, for teenagers, that sort of thing, normally sell them for $25. I got them on for $19.99. And if you buy 3, you get the 4th one free. So the links, I don't know if I put them in the description yet, but I'll make sure they're there when I put the show notes together tonight. So if you're looking to support the workshop, this is running until November 30th at midnight. And with that, guys, hang on here. Let's see if I can find her. Hey, Mrs. Cook, where are you? Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Good.
Good. I haven't seen you. When's the last time we talked?
This morning.
Oh, here I was going to come up with something smart, like we hadn't. I don't know. When's the last time we've been on a live together? On the road? I think it was probably on the road, wasn't it?
I couldn't tell you,
but that's okay. It's good to have you. Missed you with every shot I took, right?
Yeah.
How was your day?
Long.
Yeah, very long.
I'm tired.
Yeah. How come?
Oh, it's just been a long week. This week's been abnormally long. It's just been really, really weird.
Yeah. It's funny because you said you thought the week drug and I thought the week flew. So I don't know what happened.
I was convinced yesterday morning when I woke up that yesterday was Friday. So, and then you know what that does? It just makes your whole rest of the week suck because then you're all prepped for the weekend and then you realize, oh no, shit, it's only Thursday.
Did you know they had a make-believe Thanksgiving yesterday?
Yeah, I know. I heard that.
The weirdest thing, Thanksgiving in November. I'd never heard of something so strange in my whole life.
Crap.
Isn't that weird? I mean, not like that real Thanksgiving in October, right?
Which it should be, because like, why would you want to have turkey in November and then have turkey again in December?
I know. Everybody, see, we just lost all our viewers, guys. Just like, no. You know what's really funny, though? We spent Canadian Thanksgiving in the U.S. and we spent the U.S. Thanksgiving in Canada.
Yeah, but
we didn't celebrate either of them.
No, we went to
Jimmy Dean. No, not Jimmy Dean's. Bob Evans.
Bob Evans, we had turkey.
Yeah. Well,
I had
you
turkey.
did. I don't know what I had. What did I have? Was it
Mm.
biscuits and gravy?
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, it probably was. Yeah. Who do we get in here tonight? Let's say hello to our neighbor up the road, Off-Grid Ping, up the road in Tennessee, of course, not up the road here. Byron Roberts, good to see you. Digger, great to see you. Angie Marie, and I saw Gunfighter Concealment in here earlier tonight. So it's great to see you. We've had, oh man, I don't even know. Like we can't, it's hard to even sit down and think about what all the fuck we've done lately, isn't it?
Oh, I know. I'm going 100 different directions. So,
ooh, turkey in November and prime rib in December.
I got a story about that. Remember?
Go ahead. What story was it?
It's remember when I don't think it was Christmas. I think it was Thanksgiving. I was pregnant with the twins.
Oh my God! Yes,
And
tell this is a great story.
I went through the first little bit of my pregnancy where you know how you have the weird cravings.
I don't personally know this. But
Well,
that's
no.
fine.
All I wanted was red meat and like steak, roast beef, beef jerky. That's all I wanted. And I convinced everybody that we were going to have a gigantic roast on Thanksgiving in October, and went out and I think I bought like an $80 roast. It was a massive one.
I remember.
And then when Thanksgiving rolled around, couldn't even stand the smell of it. Couldn't stand the taste of it. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I had convinced, and we didn't have a turkey.
No,
we just cooked a roast.
But you know what? I was happy with roast.
Oh, everybody was happy with it, but I was,
I do remember that you had some of the funniest cravings.
Yep.
This was, you did the majority of your pregnancy in the winter.
Yeah.
And so we would, oh, you know what? We're looking the opposite way of each other again. So everybody's gonna be like, there, how's that?
There we go.
So I remember every day home hardware, you'd call me up and you'd be like, honey, I need raspberries. And they were like $13. Now they're
$8 a pint.
Half pint. The little tiny clamshells. They had about 6 raspberries in each one. They were $8.
I would like put them all in one handful. God.
You know what? It was it was worth it.
I think I was eating like 4 half pints a time.
Oh man, I would bring them home. I would bring them home for I don't even know how we managed to scrape up the money for that, because it's not like we had much money back then.
Yeah, and then I would eat them all in like a 10-minute sitting, then I'd be all sad because they'd be gone.
You know what would have been good? I don't know why we never thought about this, but the frozen raspberries, or wouldn't have been the same.
Wouldn't have been the same. They had to be fresh.
I did freeze dry some raspberries though. Maybe if you soaked them, but if you soaked them with water, it still wouldn't have. I know.
Not the same.
I tried, but you did good though. You know, it was for the first 3 or 4 months. Shit was crazy with the cravings, and yeah, it's kind of funny though. Just want to shout out to Jeff and Sandy, our friends from 2 provinces over in Winnipeg. Good to see you.
Not as close as people think it is. Yeah.
And Off-Grid Ping was going to say something about the camera, but was enjoying y'all stare off. Like I said, it's been 5 weeks since you and I have been on live together. Yeah, so we kind of forgot we had the system down for a while where but it's kind of fun. We'd look off the other way, and because I'm technically on this side and she's on that side, and anyway, but it works. Let's talk about the daycare, because we have had, I know everybody wants to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Did you write that letter today, the one you sent me?
I did write it.
I'm really proud of you. That was a friggin'.
I haven't posted it yet,
though. No. So what have you been up to? What have we been up to?
Well, what happened with the daycare is that
it's nothing bad.
No, nothing bad at all. Just the fence, as far as I know, the fence went up today. I haven't heard anything different.
Which is not a small feat for everybody who needs to know. It is a 50 by 50. That's in freedom units, 50 feet by 50 feet.
Yep.
Through a paved parking lot.
Yeah. And it's all slatted.
Yeah. 6 feet high with privacy slats all the way through. So, I forgot to tell you, they don't have self-closing hinges right now. They're going to come back and swap them out for us.
Okay. That works.
Yeah. They need to have self-closing. Yeah.
So as far as I haven't heard any different.
Right.
Actually, I'll text Brandon a little bit later, and I'll ask him if he can run by and have a boo. But I haven't heard any different as far as I know. That fence went up today for the play yard. We have the electrical company and the engineers putting plans in place for the fire system that has to be installed.
Just how much was that?
66,000.
It was that much.
66,000 Canadian dollars for.
So it's like $12 American
for a fire system. Because for us to pass the building inspection,
And that's not
code.
sprinklers.
No.
That's just smoke and fire detection system.
Yeah.
For a 3-story commercial building, right? Yeah.
But once it's there, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and we signed a 10-year lease.
A 10-year lease. Yeah. So and he is doing the upstairs
right
too. So if we eventually want to take the upstairs, then I don't have to put out another 66,000. So it's but the landlord was really good about it. He's only making us pay for half of it because we're not technically using
the rest of the building, because we're only leasing. Yeah, exactly.
And so then we've got
we spent what, 3 days? Or no, I was up for 2 days. And
it's been back and forth for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
And so we've started decorating and putting furniture together and setting things up. I can't, that's basically all we can do at this point because we can't get licensing in until the building inspection is done, which means we have to wait for the fire system.
Right.
So I'm hoping next week.
Basically, we need a fence. We need a fence and a fire system, and those are the final check marks to get our last inspections.
Well, and actually, even the fence isn't a check mark because I could have had an exemption done for that if I wanted to, because they know the ground's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
But the fire system's the big one because then we have to have the building inspection done by Superior Codes, which I have to have for licensing to come in and finalize their inspection.
So if anybody thinks this is a big circular pile of bullshit, it kind of is.
Oh, yeah, it's all government bureaucratic.
But bullshit. If there is no one I know, Mrs. Cook, better at jumping governmental hoops than you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, they love to put lots of hoops, I'll tell you. But it's
sometimes they move the hoops while you're in the air too.
Oh, Jesus Christ, tell me about it. And or sometimes they'll have the hoop in the air and then all of a sudden they'll set it on fire and realize that, oh no, let's backtrack and we're going to change our wording and then everything's different.
I know you burnt yourself, but we're going to charge you anyway.
Pretty much, right? But and then so that's all we have left. And so basically we're just kind of puttering around that daycare.
And you had the promotional people in to do
Sharon
a friend of ours, Sharon, who does, if you've seen the decals on the Toolman Tim Mobile,
yep,
she did all those.
Yeah, she's the owner of the company and she came in. And
so what are you getting done there?
Well, she's frosting all the windows and we have long.
Are you worried the kids will lick the frosting?
Yeah,
because I would. I mean,
it hurt them.
Oh man, it would be so sweet though. Yeah.
So then we have long stretches of walls and she's going to do vinyl stickers. I told her when she come in, I'm like, basically what we want is something that's cheery, inviting, engaging, and just brightens it up because the walls are nicely painted, but it's like an olive greenish color and it is kind of dungeony looking. So we're just trying to brighten it up a little bit.
Are we going to do a big sign in the entranceway when we come in, or have we decided?
Well, she's going across the glass doors with a name.
Okay.
And then behind, she thinks that she can make us colored metal letters to go with our name. So
if you guys want to see it, I haven't posted this yet, but I've got a 3-minute walkthrough video of the property when it was empty. If you guys want to see it, I'll throw it up in the Telegram tonight if you happen to come over, because it's I'm proud of what you got.
Oh yeah, it's a huge build. Well, Sharon was walking through and she's like, holy crap, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
But
it's basically got 4 rows of rooms, right?
It's got 21 rooms.
21 rooms, yeah.
So and then because I didn't have enough on my plate, we're taking over another daycare.
We bought another daycare.
We bought another daycare.
The price was too good to turn down.
And I've signed the lease on that building. And the building is mine on December 1st.
Yep.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to get in there and do too much until the end of their fiscal year, which is December 31st.
Right.
And which is okay because I have to get licensing and we got to do the whole licensing hoop again. But it'll be a lot easier because they consider it an asset sale. So it's just basically switching the name and all the government subsidies over.
Basically, as of January 1st, 2024, we'll own 3 daycares, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is pretty friggin' incredible considering how far we've came from you know.
And so I did up that nice post that I'm going to put online because we have to look for people. We need to start hiring some people, and then that's pretty much about it. And then we're trying to keep Provost together.
Yep.
So
it's actually, we got a good crew there right now.
Oh yeah, we have an excellent crew, but the problem with it's just because it's all different.
Yeah.
So
and we're
it's just
juggling
basically
right now.
and it's just basically getting everybody situated and everybody used to the new norm. That's all.
Like I spent 2 full days last week up there with you assembling. No IKEA stuff yet. I know you're gonna laugh, but
there's
all the
boxes
boxes that are left have IKEA printed. I normally say do the hard shit first.
I was gonna say you're stupid leaving that shit
I know
last.
I am, but I spent 2 full days putting together cribs and change tables and play climbers and cots. Oh my God. Anyway, so 2 full days. It was great. I was happy to have that done. Filled the box of the truck twice with cardboard.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's definitely no.
And I need 1 more full day of assembly, I think, for what's there.
Maybe a day or it's all IKEA, so I would say
true.
maybe 2 days. And there's no shortage of
Cardboard,
anyway, no.
But at least
or garbage.
So you know what, guys? It's stupid little things, but I found the local cardboard depot. I used to. So for those who don't know, the other daycare is going to be an hour from home for us.
Yes.
So every time I would finish up with garbage, I would load my truck down, then have to figure out how to keep it strapped down to drive home at 65 miles an hour. And now I found a place locally I can get rid of all the cardboard, which I should have done ahead of time. So yeah, this is a good question, Mrs. Cook.
You really want to know
how many kids to start with? Are you okay? So the small daycare right now, how many does it have?
The small daycare, we are licensed right now for 27.
Okay, which is half of what Provost is, right?
No. Oh, no. I thought you meant Provost.
No. Oh, okay. So Provost has 27.
So Provost is licensed for 27 kids.
And Provost is our hometown. That's the first daycare we built.
And that is a daily. Now, I'm putting in an increase. So the maximum amount of kids that we can have in Provost is 61.
Okay.
So that'll be our maximum, and that's because it's a smaller building.
Little treasures
that we're taking over,
which is going to become Busy Bees 3.0 or
2.0.
I don't
So
know.
that can have, I believe if we upped our license, we could have 104
in that small building.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Are we going to do 104? Absolutely not. I
probably
think
somewhere in the 60 range.
I'll probably cap it at 65.
How many are there now?
There are 52 there now.
No way. Okay.
So, and then the new daycare, I'm capping at 95. I could have 140. And
if you took the upstairs,
took the upstairs, I could have another 140. So that's 280 kids.
But we're not going to go near.
No, I like, and that's for my staff's mental health as well.
Yeah.
Because we can't if you look at the gist of it, okay, just for the main floor of the daycare, if I said, oh shit, we could have 140 kids, you times that by $1,100 per child per month, that's how much money you would make in a month. I'm sure everybody can do the math on that. But you have to worry about your ratios, and you have to worry about your staffing. And the problem with having greed that overtakes the importance of your staff, you're not going to have the staff. Right. Because it's a lot. It would
become too large, and it wouldn't be enjoyable for the kids, the parents, or the staff.
Exactly. And you're not going to have staff that sticks around.
Right.
Because whether any parent out there thinks that their little angel is an angel, they're not always angels, guys. And
even with 100 kids,
it's stressful.
You're going to basically split it down to rooms of about 10 kids a piece,
give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that it would be basically one employee per room of 10 kids.
It depends on
I know
age.
It's the age.
Yeah. Because infants right now, 12 months to 19 months, they're 1 to 3. So basically,
younger
so
they
like
are,
if
of
I end
course.
up taking 9 infants under the age of 19 months, I have to have 3 staff.
Right.
So that right there is a waste of resources.
Sure.
So if they're over 19 months, then it's 1 to 4.
Right.
So then I can have more kids, less staff. But then it, like, you have to make sure that you're within your ratios, and you don't want staff sitting on top of staff, and we can't have wasted resources in a room because we have too many of one kid's age and not enough as the other. And then the staff, then it's like, then all of a sudden it's, you have to worry about if 3 of your staff get called out sick, or if
then
you know,
shit
like,
goes sideways.
shit, yeah, and like it. So I'm not going to overwhelm my girls. No,
and we also pay our staff better than anybody else as well. So you figure it gets So I mean, you gotta balance everything out. And
exactly, and I couldn't, and I can't, and even tonight, like, well, even today, for example, in Provost, we only had 16 kids in today, and it's Friday. We're all full of piss and wind.
Yeah.
And by the end of the day, three of my girls were like wanting to rip their hair right out of their head. And there was only 16 today. I can't imagine 95 of them. Right.
Fridays.
And yeah, like and so you have to be careful. Like, there's never a time where there's going to be 95 kids there every day. There never is. But you have to play the devil's advocate
and plan for it.
And that's, you know how much noise that's going to be.
And you guys are shutting down for a week at Christmas, right?
This
year.
Provost will be shutting down for a week. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And so that was one thing. So going forward, every year you're going to shut down for a week at Christmas.
A week at Christmas and 2 weeks in the summer.
Nice.
And that'll be paid vacation for
all the employees, and the parents know right ahead of time.
And Brandon, sorry.
Yeah.
He found your YouTube channel. Sorry.
Oh.
My girls and Brandon.
Yes.
Brandon is my director at the New Day.
Yeah, it's what an awesome kid too.
Yeah, no, he's cool shit.
I don't know. Anybody under 30 is a kid now, right? To us, I think isn't that how that works?
Nah, he's a good guy though. Yeah. He's gonna do well.
He's a funny guy. Yeah, he helps me. I love it because he's the type of guy that will just jump in and grab things and move them with you without needing to be asked to do it. That goes so far. I love it. So Backwoods says, good for you guys. It's amazing what you're doing. I know the hoops we've had to jump through to find our daughter's daycare. And every time I talk to somebody, they're like, daycares everywhere needs a daycare. It's unreal how many childcare positions could be filled, you know?
Well, and the thing is, so it's like, it is hard to find staff. And
it's even harder to find good staff.
You have to find good staff. And the problem is that I find, like, it only takes one bad seed to ruin it for everybody. And like, when you're dealing with a lot of obnoxious kids, and then you've got that one cancerous staff member that just makes it miserable for you. Like, you just can't have shit like that.
Like our buddy Chris Dixon said, hire fast and fire even faster. And you've gotten better at that.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to. Just, if you have somebody who's not working out and causing problems, off with their head, just like that. So Gunfighter Concealment says, if we start a daycare in Tennessee and he moves, he'll run security for us. All kidding aside, that probably is in the long-term plans, because
it is.
That for the record, I mean, this will be well, anyway, who knows exactly, but my picture is once the girls graduate high school, to be realistic, but it would give us a landed business visa. So we could live there, 5 or 10 years at a time, I think. Yeah. So
we'll see where my stress levels are.
And the rule is that we have to be actively involved in the business, but that doesn't mean we're there every single day.
Well, no, but I could just be director.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm doing now.
And Off-Grid Ping says, so could not do that. Kudos to you. Now, I did run a restaurant with 125 employees. So
isn't it awful? Like my girls in Provost, they're great. I have no issues with my girls. But the problem is, it's like what I joke about with Tim, like, they don't come out of a box like that.
No.
Right. Like, it took a lot of trial and error, and it takes a lot of direction and stuff, because
so that everybody knows the expectations.
Exactly. Well, and some of them have never worked in childcare before,
right?
So they don't have a sweet clue what to do. So it's basically training and making sure, and like just making sure that you have the right fit. That's what it is, because you don't want to have some asshole in there that's treating all your kids to the point where the parents are taking the kids out, right? Because then you're losing money.
I don't know if you want to comment on this or not, but Kyle says, we had a teacher that didn't believe in my career choices in politics, and I could see it coming through in the care of my daughter. Could you imagine?
Oh yeah,
mistreating a child because you didn't agree with somebody's politics?
Yeah, no, that's
fuck them.
I find that happens a lot in the States.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it really does. Like, see, up here, like I can't speak for anybody, like for everybody up here, but
the ones we know, anyway.
The ones we know, there is nothing involved in any of our daycares. Like, we don't, unless it's designated to that. There's no politics. There's no religion. There's no, like, if we celebrate a holiday, we make sure we include the name of all the holidays. Like we do have inclusion for different cultures and everything. But we don't push any agendas on our kids at all.
Could you imagine mistreating a child because you didn't agree?
Oh yeah, no, that's just somebody with too much of an opinion.
Right.
And that is why we had to let somebody go, because they had too much of an opinion. And
Jamie says this, that is horrible. No way they wouldn't like me.
Yeah, like we don't like
it wasn't mistreatment, to be fair, but it was ignoring her, which is just said that was a rough room to get through. And
that is mistreatment.
That is mistreatment. Yeah.
Because you're like, your eyes have to be on those kids 24/7, because we find if something happens to a child and the parent asks you what happened and you look at them, you say, well, I don't know, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Because you have to be able to explain to that parent what happened.
That's why we just put a couple of cameras up outdoors at the
daycare. We have cameras, and my staff, they're good. Like if one has their back, one has their front. And they know, like, there is never backs to the rooms.
Right.
And you can't, because like kids are quick.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. What about let's see. So yeah, I think that kind of covers the ins and the outs of the daycare so far. We're going up tomorrow morning. We're taking the dogs to the spa.
Yeah, we'll hang out at the daycare tomorrow.
We'll have a 4-hour date, you and I hanging out at the daycare, putting stuff together.
Yeah, we'll see how much we can get accomplished.
But one thing that's fun is that we go up early in the morning. I get to go shop for all the sales at the grocery store. I've been picking up the discounted meat, bringing it home, freezing it, and putting it in the freeze dryer after I cook it. So that's been going pretty good. We'll talk about that in a minute. I was thinking about, so last week, for those who don't know, this episode was supposed to happen last Friday. Well,
it's kind of good it didn't, because then we had more to talk about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But property management has been hectic, or not hectic, just weird. Just
annoying. Actually, I find it more annoying this week than I did.
We've got 4 rentals coming available all at the end of the month, and with no prospects right at the moment.
No, well, because nobody wants to move in the winter.
I know everybody wants to move out. Nobody wants to fucking move in. This happened last year in November too. I remember. So whatever, And so let's see, where did it start? Last weekend, a half hour before we went live, my son calls and he's like,
oh, the friggin' idiot.
He's like, yeah, Dad, the water pressure's kind of shitty in my apartment. And I'm like, oh, what happened? He goes, well, I noticed this morning, before I was going to work, but I thought I'd deal with it when I got home.
Idiot.
So that means that fucking broken water line in the basement ran at least 12 hours and didn't let me know until 10 minutes before the
So if you have low water pressure, check it right away. Don't let it sit for 12 hours, because that right there is just money being pissed down the drain, because we have to pay for that.
What blew me out of the water, though, was that any water was coming up those pipes. Anybody who saw that video in Telegram, the water, oh my God. Idiot. Anyway, so I got over to the hardware store, picked up a bunch of materials, and I scabbed something together. So we got him back up. And then the next morning, hey, Dad, I don't have any hot water. So the water spraying must have put the pilot light onto the hot water tank.
Yeah.
So there was that. I went over, relit that. His is the only one in any of our buildings that doesn't have an auto relight pilot.
Yeah.
So I had to, and I discovered something new this time. I've always used a barbecue lighter, and I didn't have one. So I took a bunch of paper, lit it, and just slid it in there, and it worked beautifully.
That's how I used to light my candles, with the burners.
Yeah.
Off the stove when I couldn't find matches.
Yeah.
I'd light paper with the burner.
But it worked good. So we got him back up and running. And then 2 days later, my brother-in-law messages and says that his basement was starting to flood. He rents from a couple that we look after their properties. He ran the washing machine, got water. It wasn't horrible.
Just backing up.
And so something got in the lines, just gummed up those old lines. And I took some of my famous, it's some sort of acid, the old pink stuff that comes in a bottle in a bag. So you know that shit's dangerous when they bag it and bottle it. And dump that down the entire bottle and let it set overnight, and everything's running good now. So there was that.
Well, as far as we know.
Yeah. Well, I went
different.
back and tested it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And I seen him a couple times today and he never said anything. So.
And had to install a dishwasher.
Yep.
So I did that over at the 12 unit. We also have, so I went over to vacuum, and first floor, normal temperature. Third floor, normal temperature. Second floor, fucking gates of hell hot. I don't know what happened. There's something in there. Nobody, I messaged the 4 tenants from the 4 rooms there. Nobody's finding a problem in their room or their rental, but it's in the floor itself. And I still can't get to the bottom of it. So we have to get an HVAC guy in there to figure out what's going on, because it was the weirdest thing. And you would think, if it were hot on the second floor, the third floor would be even hotter, right? Because the heat goes up. Nope, nothing like that. So it's been a week trying to get things get to the bottom of all these little issues, and got some taps installed over at the plumber showed up and fixed up. If you guys have never seen this, it's stuff I don't have the tools to deal with. So we've got this mobile home we look after, was built in the 70s. It has flexible copper pipe in it. I don't have the skill, the fortitude, the aptitude, any of it to fix it. So I had to get the plumber in to deal with that. And anyway, that took a couple of weeks to get them there for that. So excuse me. But I think as far as property management, that's about everything we had on the go.
I think so.
Yeah. And we got 4 like I said, we got 4 rentals we got to get rented. A couple that are moving out of our trailer.
Which I'm hoping we can get somebody in there. I don't want that sitting empty all winter.
I don't either. But yeah, and we will. We'll get somebody in there. We honestly, maybe we haven't tried quite as hard.
I honestly, I haven't really.
It's been busy. Yeah, so we'll get them listed this week and see what happens.
I'll work on that tomorrow.
I went over and helped the gentleman who helps me all the time when I go to town. I went to his place today to teach him how to hook up a washer and a dryer. He'd never done that before. Nick? Yeah, I wasn't sure. Yeah,
he was supposed to come by the daycare. Right?
They're coming by. They're gonna see you. They just haven't had time.
I'm not going to be there. So
they'll meet up with you. But they bought their first house and went by, and they'd never, like I said, never hooked up a washer and dryer. And he's like, "Man, you make this look easy." I'm like, "It's because I'm old. That's all. When you're old, you know a bunch of shit. That's all." But let's see what else we got on the go. Daycare, auction. We're going away next weekend.
Yeah. It's our annual Christmas shopping
trip. So we're going from Thursday to Sunday, right?
Yeah, because Thursday turned into dental appointments. So.
Right. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
So there'll be no weekend shows, but Sunday night there will, because I've got Brad coming on from 5 Times August. So you'll get an interview show on Tuesday. I'll do a regular live on Wednesday, and then we'll be back Sunday night for Brad's interview. What are you most looking forward to going to the city? Because we always have fun. It's our date away.
Yeah, I like going to the West End Mall.
Yeah, it's crazy this time of the year. It's technically the second biggest mall in North America.
And honestly,
we don't really need to.
I don't really have a ton of shopping left to do. It's just basically for the twins, and I have to get Brian something because he was my name, and but as far as I know, everybody else is bought for. Yeah. So I'm not really.
I'll go to my silver shop. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, but I'm sure I'll find somewhere to spend money. I always do, but
it's just fun to people watch and go. And Backwood says he'd have a panic attack. Yeah, I don't know. I forget what they said. Something like 100,000 people a day this time of year go through the doors. So
I just like going because it's you get all the really good sales.
Yeah.
And they have and of course we've been there enough now too, so you know where to go and where not to go. So it's just you just get to you just avoid the areas you don't need to be in. And
it's honestly become our tradition. You know, we have done it. We have done a Christmas shopping trip like that every year we've lived in Alberta. This I think will be the 10th.
Well, we did it out east too.
We did, but we
never stayed overnight. It was just a day.
We never had the money to do it.
But no, and Well, the first couple of years it was just us, and then Amy and Barrett
we
started coming and
went to Red Deer the first year.
Yeah, we took the kids with us that year.
Yeah. Oh my God. They were just little, sliding down the water slides. And then one year we decided, for the hell of it, we'd do Edmonton and Red Deer, whatever the fuck
that
was going.
Stupid. That was stupid.
But we didn't really. Well, because we were still getting the lay of the land. We're like, oh, this will be fun.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's only a 2-hour drive. No, it's stupid. But
now we just go to Edmonton and stay there the whole time.
And we hit South Common, which has all the shopping area and stuff. And then
like your candle places.
No, I don't need to go to the candle.
I know.
I probably will maybe get some stuff for the kids for their stockings, but
and I got to find a place to get hiking/walking shoes. Going to get fitted like at the running room.
The running room, yeah. There might be a place in the West End Mall.
True, yeah.
And so, but honestly, I think the only people left to buy I have to get all the kids their stocking stuff, and then just the twins. And then they're done.
And then I think this month's patch, so December's patch, has already shown up. And I believe if all goes well, I'm going to head down Monday to Montana to mail them out, so you guys will get them before Christmas. And I'll pick up a few things. We got a few things that have come to our Montana mailbox. So
undercover mall cop.
Digger says, make it fun. You can identify the undercover mall cop. Yeah, I like it. It's actually, I kind of enjoy it. I will, when the women go into the store, sometimes I'll just stand with my, kind of back to the wall, and I'll just watch people and just kind of play situational awareness,
But the thing with the West End Mall, though, they don't have undercover mall cops. They're actually cops that walk through the mall. And I don't know. I don't know if they got guns or tasers.
No, they're mall cops.
No, but there were RCMPs that this time of year RCMPs walk through and I think it's gotten worse since they had that shooting there a couple months ago. So you will see RCMPs going through there all the time.
And for those who don't know what RCMP is,
Royal Canadian Mounted Police,
which is our national police force. That sounds really freaking communist, but
but
they don't actually ride horses around most of the time.
Only for events.
Yeah.
But they had a shooting there 2 months ago.
Yeah,
they had a shooting, and it was gang related,
but
it was still there, and it happened at the mall, and so now security's and of course security always tightens up at Christmas time. So they'll probably have RCMPs there and Edmonton police. So.
It's fun. I enjoy. I'll stand there. Like I said, I'll stand across from when you guys go in shopping, and I'll just look up and down the hallways looking for the shady characters, trying to create stories in my head for who they are.
And the thing is, though, I find with the West End Mall, there is not really a lot of shady people there. I don't really see a lot of shady people.
It's not bad because it is in a shady portion of the city.
It's shady as shit, the area, but you don't. But I find you don't really see a lot of shady people in the mall. I think maybe they send them packing.
Oh, they sure do. Yeah. And you don't even see them hanging around outside the mall much.
No, I think if you go to places like the Westmount Mall, you see them shady in there, but
those are your typical. They're what malls look like everywhere now. They're like 7 stores left and a bit of a food court and a couple of government offices.
But the West End Mall has like stores in there that carry like that whole fancier area there, like Louis Vuitton and Coach and stuff. They have purses in some of these stores that are like $50,000-$60,000.
And some of those stores have guards right at the door.
So they keep the riffraff out pretty good. Like you don't see.
Backwoods Butcher says, if someone's standing with me, I'll give voices to the people we're watching. That's like you and I will sit back. Look at this one. Check this one out. What do they think they're doing?
But I find the ones that walk around with like cardboard boxes on their heads and stuff. Remember we seen that? Yeah, just idiots like that.
People who think it's New York City or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but no. As for riffraff, it's not too bad.
No, you'll see a few, but they're very particular for sure.
Yeah, which makes you feel a little bit better. And then of course in South Common, you do get the odd riffraff. It's getting worse, but it's far enough out of the cities that it's harder for them to get there. And
there's no homeless infrastructure there either. There's no soup kitchens.
There's no tent
no
cities,
shelters, nothing like that. Yeah.
So you're not harassed in the parking lot all the time.
But there is a lot more than there used to be.
Oh yeah, like they are starting to
see it. Yeah.
But you know what though? They probably won't be so bad at this time of year because it's cold. Yeah.
And that sucks. Like we're not begrudging. But
at
the same time, no matter where you go, you don't want to be scared for your protection or safety.
Yeah.
And it's just like when you're sitting in a parking lot and you see that lady walking toward you who's talking to herself and, sketching out and everything. It's like, nope, just stay away.
Well, and it's getting bad in Edmonton.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
man.
It's getting bad with the tent cities and the homelessness. It's getting really bad. And, and I know shit happens and stuff, but
you can't have double-digit inflation without having an increase in homelessness.
And homeless people don't scare me or bother me. It's the ones that are dangerous. And unfortunately, they are mixed. They are there and they do mix in. Like
I said, we're building our new daycare. It's nice, but it's right on the edge of the sketch. And I found an empty bottle of rubbing alcohol right where we're building the playground. So
yeah, unfortunately they do drink rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, but it was what it was.
I don't even know how you get that down your throat.
But like the guy that we're renting from, he said the building's been empty for a couple of years. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. But what ends up happening is when you have a building that's empty, people tend to use the parking lot as a place to walk through or to hang around.
Yeah, and once you make yourself known, they kind of they teeter off.
It's just the nature of the beast,
Yeah, and honestly, we're right across the street from the police station.
Yeah,
so I'm not worried.
And 2 blocks away from the best wing joint around. So if you got that's my favorite part. Every time I finish up work, I'm like, I'm gonna go get some wings.
Yeah, well, they do skip the dishes.
Yes, they do. You can have it delivered. So what about everybody was asking about the auction that you won.
Oh, my auction.
So, so let's see. Last Friday night, Mrs. Cook says,
I have a problem.
Yeah, you do, but that's fine. She looks at me, she goes, "What are you doing tomorrow, honey?" And she knows damn well that I've already got my entire weekend planned out because that's just how I roll. If I don't make a plan, I get nothing done. And she's like, "Do you want to go to Lloyd?" And I'm like, "Where's this going?" And you had been secretly bidding on some.
Well, no.
Go ahead, tell the story.
Well, let's go back to the very beginning.
Sure.
So, Brian, this is Brian's thing.
Your brother.
Brian's my brother. This is his thing. He likes to bid on
storage
lockers, kind of like the storage wars you see on TV, and he likes to bid on them, and he doesn't do it all the time, but he bids and then he'll get something and, and he'll sell it on eBay or whatever. So he won one up in the city. I don't know, was that about a
month? Which is
Edmonton,
2.5 hours away, 3 hours away.
It was about a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And it was nothing but garbage. There was nothing in it. So
never made any money off it.
Not that I know of, but, so I told him, I'm like, well, if we get anything that's closer, like Lloyd and stuff, I said, I'll go halves with you. And
which is where the daycare is, an hour away for anybody.
I said, I'll go halves with the auction and whatever we sell, we'll split 50-50. And so he sent me 3 up in Lloyd, or no, sorry, there was 4. And I like to gamble. So,
thank God it's not a problem.
No, it's not a problem. But I do like to gamble. Yeah. I love the slot machines and stuff like that. So
I don't get it, but that's fine.
It's just something I like to do.
I know.
And but there's this one guy on there, and he's on every auction. And
is it the one who has the store?
I think it is. So he's on every auction. So Brian sent me all 4, and they closed on Friday night. So I watched them. And then when it gets down to about 6 minutes left in the auction, then I put my reserve on. So when I put my reserves on, I was winning all 4. And then this asshole comes up. And I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. I knew who it was because he always outbids me on everything. So then it turned into a challenge. So I put my reserve. I waited until it got down to 1.5 minutes. Then I slapped my reserves on, and the next thing you know, I won all 3 of them. And he only won the 4th. He won the 4th one.
How much was the 4th one? What did it go for?
Went for 160.
Okay,
which wasn't too bad.
Let's break down the numbers for anybody who wants to know. So remember, these are in fake Monopoly Canadian money, not freedom units. But you can basically divide it by 1/3, subtract 1/3, and that'll give you your American dollars. So you won 3. What was the cheapest one?
Cheapest one was 100.
No, like
sorry. Cheapest one was $45.
Okay. Second one
was 120, I believe.
Okay, and then the big one.
The big one was 400 and something.
So we're about $600 for that.
Yep.
And so when you win them, you have to go up. You basically have 48 hours, right?
You have 48 hours to get it paid, because if you don't pay it, then they blacklist you.
Right.
And you're not allowed to.
But you have to pay it and clean it out by that time, right?
Yeah. No. You can pay it.
Okay.
And make arrangements with them.
Okay.
But I don't like the back. If I'm going up there to pay it, I'm just going to do it.
Right.
So you have to give them a $100
cleaning fee,
which I got back on Monday. And then you go up there and you just you clean them out, and Brian and I
basically you do their work for them. But
basically, yeah. So
we made 6 trips to the dump that day.
Oh, I think it was more than that.
6 at 12.50, 67. No, 6 trips.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
felt like more.
Paid $12.50 a load. So we paid $75 to get rid of the garbage.
Well, and that's something that I talked to Brian about too, because like when we did it originally last year,
you'd bring everything.
He would just bring everything, and then we'd have to sort and dump it. And I said, no, let's sort it here. We'll dump it here, because why travel it twice? Because,
and we also for $60 we rented an enclosed trailer for all the good shit.
Yeah. So, because it just doesn't make sense to travel it twice.
Right.
So I talked him into doing that. I said, no. I said, we'll dump it up here, even if we had to pay the $12.50 a dumper. And then you have the whole storage area to like pull everything out and sort it. Like nobody says anything to you, so you can sort it all. And the first unit only had like 3 boxes in it, and like
it was $40. And but here's the thing, I told her it was a complete waste of money, but when we opened it up, there was a box of what was the stuff? Pampered Chef, brand new Pampered Chef stuff, which we will more than make our money back.
Oh, a whole box of stuff.
Really nice stuff. So you know what? It looked like garbage. Turned out there was one box that was good in there.
Yeah.
And so that one was great. The second unit was a little bit
smelled like cat
bigger,
piss.
Smelled like cat piss, but it was about half full, but it was full right to the door and about half full high.
And half of it went to the dump.
Yeah, I would say half, but
actually, you know what? I'd say more than half.
We will definitely make our money off that too. So
I think so.
We found some vintage video games, not a ton, but a few vintage video games, some Atari games, some Sega Genesis games, and a metric shit ton of porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
Nice porcelain dolls.
Which,
they
might go, they might not. I don't know.
We'll make a couple $100 off that unit for
Maybe.
Sure. So if we break even on the first 2, great. But the third one was where the money was at.
Now, the third one was deceiving though.
Right.
Because Brian and I were both looking at this unit, and it looked.
So how do you bid on it? They give you pictures, right?
They're not allowed to enter the unit. They're not allowed to touch any of the items.
Right.
So they cut the lock, they open the door, and they take it from different angles.
Yeah.
But they're not allowed to go in.
And they're supposed to give you a rough estimate.
They're supposed to give you an idea
of any big things that they can see from. Yeah.
Which was kind of dirty on that guy's part, because he never gave us that detail. And Brian and I both were looking at the pictures, and according to the pictures, they look like clear totes.
Right.
And that's what we thought they were. We thought it was all like those plastic clear totes.
But it turned out to be 200
over 200 aquariums,
fish aquariums, most which had been ridden hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
But so we got rid of a lot of those. And but we kept a bunch too that we're going to sell.
We did. And I'm going to take one to the daycare for Rambo.
Oh yeah, Rambo.
Yeah, and
he's their beta fish.
Yeah, we got the kids a beta fish, but like it was really deceiving, and they should have put that on the description, which was pretty dirty. And
we'll have fun. I mean, when it's all said and done, we spent about $700 out of pocket, I would say.
I'd say more like 800.
Yeah.
Then it was dinner and gas. And
But
actually probably more like 1,000 if you include dinner and stuff. But.
We would have done that kind of stuff for a weekend, we would have went for shopping anyway. But as far as the cost for the actual unit goes, I would say $700 to $800.
Yeah.
The first 2 units, no problem to make our money back off those just for what we had. Yeah. But the third one was a guy who owned a collectible shop, which was pretty cool. I mean, just alone, we found a suitcase or a briefcase full of, was it $200 worth of quarters?
Yeah.
We'll sell them for a little more than that. They're
uncirculated collector's quarters from 1999.
Use the term collector yeah.
Well,
But they're $19.99 uncirculated full rolls of Canadian quarters, and they sell for around $20 a roll. So
that's double.
That, yeah, if we can get $300 to $400 off those quarters, great.
Mm-hmm.
We found, I don't have it here, but a collectible 1 ounce silver coin worth about $50, but we're gonna keep it because it's
because we like our silver.
Yeah, absolutely. So there was that. Now, what else did we find in there?
Well,
the collection of, grab one of those. These are any one of these. These are kind of cool. Pick a better one there if you can find it.
Grab anyone, but pick a better one.
Yeah, I know. Something that shows up nice.
Yeah, well, Brian was going through everything, and he was going to donate all of them. And
we found,
as he was donating them, he found they're VHS tapes, and every VHS has an autograph of one of the actors that was in the movie.
So, we're not going to make a ton off each one, but they'll sell for between $20 and $70.
So this is Tony Curtis. I don't know if anybody knows who Tony Curtis is.
But yeah, there's quite a few, some interesting ones. There's Jerry Lewis, the comedian.
Yeah, Jerry Lewis, the comedian. That's his autograph up here. And
I spent the morning listing a bunch of stuff on eBay.
And then there was Shirley MacLaine, Angela Lansbury from Bedknobs,
Peter
and
Falk, a lot of older actors. Yep. I can't remember the guy's name, but he did the special effects for Predator. That one will sell for pretty good. His stuff sells for $70 a piece all the time. We got 2 of them anyway. He did the special effects studios, and I can't think of his name for the life of me right now, but that's okay. Yeah, and there's a Hellraiser autographed one. So we found, VHS.
There's a Hellraiser one with the autograph on it.
Yep. And this stuff we're going to sell on eBay. I'll list anything small. And what's cool now is that I make a trip every month to Montana. So it's going to save me a shit ton in shipping. I'm already going to be going there, so I'll take it with me. Yeah, but
the Predator one for you.
Yeah, there's a double one there. That's Peter Falk, the one that played Columbo.
There's Peter Falk.
Yeah,
that's his autograph.
Some of them are okay. Some of them are just so.
Yeah, but we were going to donate them all, and then he's seen all the autographs, and he's like, "Well, geez, I'm not donating those." So
yeah. So it was. It's going to be we'll break even off it, but we get some cool stuff for ourselves. I got a whole box of cassette tapes, and because you guys have heard me talk about making some of those, I got some special project ideas with cassette tapes. Got some vintage tech, and then there's some antique cameras I'll sell. What else did we get? I guess there's Mortal Kombat from Sega Genesis, 4 Atari 2600 games.
O'Brien found a 1909 Charlie Chaplin comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which actually I can.
Cool.
So from what I know, it goes for quite a bit on eBay, and he's going to bring that over.
Chris Dixon said bringing back the mixtape. As a matter of fact,
there's
I will.
The
like
comic
that.
book
hold
there.
that up. I haven't even seen it yet. Did it show up?
Hang on. No, that's damn it. What's it doing?
Put those pictures away, Mrs. Cook. Those are just for us.
There's the
angle it right. There you go. Oh, you're never gonna get
it.
Me try?
Yeah, you try.
Let's see if I can get it up here for you guys.
It's like a 19.
There we go. Charlie Chaplin. Yeah.
It's a comic book that was in between another book. So
that's cool. And like Angie said, there's a buyer for everything. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
So I will list something on eBay if I can sell it for $30. Anything $30 and more, I'll list it. And yeah, I did really good with my vintage video games. For these VHSs will go. They're autographed. It might take a little while, but once they're up there, they just sit there and sell.
And then there's this one here. I don't know, like about the baseball card.
Oh no, hockey.
Hockey.
Yeah. So we're okay. So
I don't know if anybody knows anything about hockey, but we have this.
And I've told you this, that the Yermer Yager rookies aren't worth anything. We have 10 of them, but we do have a French one, and we're going to take a chance. We're going to send them away to get them graded.
Yeah.
Because if they grade, you can sell them for a significant amount of money. And the French one,
that one.
It
was a 1984 Cabbage Patch Kid still in the box.
Yep. So we'll sell that. I haven't even got.
Try to get him up there.
Yeah, I can see if I can get that.
It's a 9. Yeah, he's still in the box. He has all the paperwork. It's a 1984 Cabbage Patch Kid.
There you go.
Yeah. Which people would like. like knock each other out for in 1984.
Yeah. So
So
we'll sell. There's so much to go
Yeah.
through. We got some vintage record players, some cassette players. What else? I got this personal organizer. All these small electronics are selling right now on eBay.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, 30, 40, 50 bucks for each one. So, you know, when it's all said and done, I'm sure we'll probably make a little bit off it. But
it's just fun.
It's fun. If we can break even and get some cool shit out of it, I'm happy with it too.
Yeah, and
know?
I don't
Oh,
I don't do it all the time.
That's not even including all the furniture.
No, there was a lot of furniture.
But nice furniture that
Mhm.
Your mother and brother are going to sell on
Oh, there's Gracie.
Facebook, right?
Hey,
So-
Gracie, where's the Cabbage Patch doll?
And there's our daughter Gracie with my furry little grandson Odie. So for some reason he really likes me.
Yeah, Gracie had the Cabbage Patch Kid in her van. I don't know where it went.
Angie Marie says, years ago I sold a warped Pabst Blue Ribbon beer bottle that I drank first. I just wanted to see if I could. And Angie does, if I remember correctly, she does the whole eBay thing.
Oh, okay.
She's also a deadlifter. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, so we've been taking some videos. Once I get a bunch of the really good stuff, we'll do some more follow-up. But there will be a video on the channel to show all the cool stuff that we did.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's fun. It gives you something to do.
Yeah. And you know,
it's in her van.
Yeah, in her van. So we'll find. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it brought in. So so we can put that on eBay too.
When I first opened that suitcase or the briefcase, I thought it was silver.
Oh,
I
that
almost
would have
shit my
been
pants.
so
Could you imagine?
good.
Could you anyway? But it was still
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, because they were in that translucent plastic that gives quarters that little bit of a.
But even finding the $200, like how often can you say I found a briefcase that had money in it? You know what I mean? Like, you can't,
And
so it's like
we recorded it live opening the briefcase,
Exactly.
so nobody can say we bullshitted our way through it. Or
no,
whatever.
and like because like when we lifted it up, that was heavy.
Oh yeah.
Like we thought for sure there was way more in there, and we had to pop the lock off
Yep.
it. And like how often can you say, "Hey, I found a briefcase"? Money in it, right? Like I wish there was more. That would have been cool, but you know, there's a hey,
But it was $200. Even if we sold them
$200.
at face value, it was $200.
Yep.
And like I said, the $50 silver coin. So just that alone was.
Well, I know Brian was excited about the quarters. He was like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was just exciting.
"Yeah,
I said,
you never find anything."
I
like
called
that.
everybody around to the tailgate of the truck and I said, "Here, let's open it together." And
Yeah.
it was cool. I don't know. I thought I had a few other things, but I think I've kind of stashed them away. It's so dark in here, so we get a good picture. But yeah, Stan Winston is his name. So Stan Winston did all the special effects on the Predator movies.
Oh,
He
yes.
started his own VFX studio. He's since passed away. And we got 2 pristine autographs on a VHS copy of Predator and a VHS copy of Predator 2. So those were my favorite finds so far out of the autographs.
Yeah.
And Backwoods Butcher says he found a dog skeleton in a Rubbermaid container when we bought our house. That was fun. He's always finding weird
I
things.
thought for
Yeah.
sure we were going to find a cat in that storage unit. Man, everything was
Oh.
covered with cat piss.
That was one of those. You just knew that somebody did a midnight move
Mhm.
from Ontario to Alberta, and they threw everything because
Oh,
it was
gross.
I mean, you could just tell you could see where they just went in their workbench out in their shop, and they just went with their arm and just went whoosh,
Mhm.
empty cigarette packages and gum wrappers and
dirty pads.
Oh yeah,
The dirty diapers were missing though. I didn't see.
yeah.
But-
And there were some cool books, you know.
Yeah, a bunch of Stephen King books.
Yeah, and we've got a ton. Again, some collector books that we'll sell. Big hardcover, like what do you call it? Coffee table style books. Those are the ones that sell quite often. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
But most of that unit went to the garbage. That was gross.
oh yeah, sorry, I was skipping back over to the collectors.
Oh yeah,
he
no, I'm
had
talking
some-
about
yeah.
the cat piss.
We probably had 3 Rubbermaids full of those nice books. We threw a
Oh,
lot away
geez,
too.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's cool. Like I said, we'll see where we end up. I'll keep a rough estimate. You know, I'm sure I'll be generous in my math, but I would imagine we'll at least break even when it's all said and done. And
Gracie.
I didn't see
She found a movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was a collector's
Steamboat
edition.
Willie
Yeah,
one.
Steamboat Willie. So yeah.
Yeah.
And one thing that a lot of people do when you're, and I'm sure Angie knows this, lots of people will be like, hey, look at what this sells for on eBay. And you look, and it's not what it sells for, it's what it's listed for. So when you do a search on eBay, search for sold listings, and that'll give you an idea of where the market's at. And that's what I do when I list things. You know, I look at what it sells for, I put a best offer on it, and then I go 50 to 70% higher than that and let people beat me down. So it'll be fun. And the freeze dryer, that was the other thing I've been going balls to the wall.
That has been constantly running.
Yeah, it's not annoying though, is it?
No, but we'll see what the power bill is.
Yeah, somewhere between $300 a day. You know what I mean? So I have done, I believe, 6 batches. I think so. Let's see. The first batch I did was, you have to do it. The very first batch you do is bread. They tell you to do bread. It teaches you how to use the machine, but it also gets the smells out of it, you know, like that new smell. So I did that. And then the second batch was the one I had the most trouble with. We did frozen fruit, and we did raspberries, we did mixed berries, and then we did pineapple. Raspberries and mixed berries, no problem. The pineapple took like 3 days and still didn't quite. And I was still learning. I mean, this was the first batch, you know. So we did that. Let's see. So we did berries. And what was the next one? Hamburger, I think.
I don't know, babe. I haven't been keeping.
No, it's all right. I did ground beef. That went beautifully. I'm starting to get. I've probably annoyed Erin quite a bit because I've messaged her a few times. But here's what I've discovered about freeze drying. There is a shit ton of content on the internet, but man, it is on YouTube. But it is really hard to find what you want. Like, so today I put 5 quarts of heavy cream in the freeze dryer. I only found one video on how to freeze dry cream.
Well, did you do a video on it?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Lost your opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, but yeah,
procrastinate much?
Yeah, right. So we did berries and fruit was the first one. Second one was ground beef. So I got a big pile of ground beef. Then the next one was stewing beef, which the dogs love. Yes,
they've been killing that.
So we kind of made a rule that whatever we put in the freeze dryer, half of it will be dog treats, right?
Except for the pork.
Expensive stuff.
Well, pork might be hard on their bellies.
Oh, they'll eat the pork.
I know, but it might be hard on their belly.
So we did, so hamburger, then we did cubed beef, which is stewing beef. And then yesterday we ran a batch of basically stir fry pork. It was all kinds of different cuts of pork cut up really thin. Got that done. And right now we've got, like I said, 5 trays of heavy whipping cream or heavy cream for my coffee, which is kind of cool. So that'll be, and then frozen. We're going to do veggies after that. I think we'll go into veggies for a bit. Unless, of course, we get a big haul of meat tomorrow.
I was going to say, unless you get your beef liver too, right?
Yeah. And I ordered 50 pounds of beef liver from my local butcher. And apparently that has become a hot commodity lately. Everybody's trying to mix it in with their dog food and stuff.
Oh, the dogs love the liver.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And so it'll be good. And Gracie says she wants jerky. I don't know
if you can do jerky in it.
Not exactly. No. I think it would be, but Odie wants some. We could give him a couple pieces of the.
Yeah, we'll see.
But what's kind of cool is that the beef, the freeze-dried beef reminds me of dog treats, and the dogs fucking went insane for it.
Matilda went insane.
Matilda and Francine
and
Hazel. Yeah. So
Matilda was the worst.
Yeah, they jump in and but it was good. I'm happy.
Long as it doesn't bugger up their bellies too much, then it'll be okay.
I would say, as far as learning, the learning curve was actually fairly quick. Now, I want to tell you something, because if you're looking to buy one now, they come with the upgraded premium pump. Now, they used to have the basic pump, the premium pump, and then the oilless pump. And everybody always wanted to go with the oilless, but it was like $1,500 more. So they've since upgraded to the premium pump. Now, when I listened to Nicole, when she first got hers, she was having to change and filter her oil after just about every batch. This new premium pump is basically, if I remember, it's between 20 and 40 batches before you have to do that. It's almost hassle-free if you're careful. Just make sure you don't spill things. Don't put really stinky stuff in there. And if you do, well, you're going to have to let it air out for a bit. But I've been really blown away by how simple it was. It was, I had to run, the biggest thing was I had to run a dedicated 20 amp circuit, brand new. And I think that filled up her That was the last empty slot we had in our power panel.
Mm.
Not that you would know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I had to run 12-2 wire.
I'm sure you'll find more.
Oh, well, you can put those little mini splits in there, right? But yeah, so we had to run a new 20 amp 20 amp circuit there, and just a single plug. Oh, there's our other daughter, Liv, one of our other daughters. We only have 17 of them, right? So, but yeah, so we got that, and now it's just now I got the system going. I ordered a second. I don't know. I guess I didn't tell you, but I ordered some more trays because we wanted to.
Well, you told no. You had mentioned that you were going to order some trays. You never told me you ordered some.
Everything's been on sale this week. So
yeah, how was Black Friday for everybody?
Like
down in the state.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think many people.
Was it crazy? Like, did they do those crazy things?
Nobody goes out and shops for it anymore. But it's the online sales that are really good. You know.
Yeah, no, but you know how they used to post those insane videos. I haven't seen any, so I was curious if they had any really good sales.
Nobody said anything yet, but anybody get into any fights on Thanksgiving? Those are always fun.
No, well, like I seen the TikToks where people were like training for Black Friday, and they were like hitting like the balls that hang off the ceiling there. What are those?
The speed bags?
The speed bags, yeah. And I was like, because we don't like, we have Black Friday up here, but we don't do the sales like they do down there. So
honestly, I think Black Friday has become an online thing now for the most part, because people used to go for flat screen TVs and shit like that, and
everyone's good. You can get them all year round. See what Libby said.
We got dressers. We're putting them together now, only threatening twice. Yeah, so that's what happens.
They're building
IKEA dressers.
No, they came from Wayfair.
Okay, but they're still flat pack ones.
I assume they are.
So. Yeah, well, if you need a place to stay, Liv, you can't stay with us. So
no, but Curtis can stay.
Yeah,
so, Olivia's got to stay up there and put the dressers together. Curtis can come down and hang out.
Grace says she's seen people blow up a bunch of turkeys and actually cooked and threw it outside because the youngest said it was too dry. Oh boy, that reminds me of a movie we have to watch. Lampoon, your favorite Christmas movie
that you have to watch.
Yeah, Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. We haven't seen that yet this year. You've been waiting for it. Every year she counts the days down because we are exactly 1 month from Christmas Eve, aren't we?
Yes,
that's insane. It is the 24th. You better get your ass in gear, Mrs. Cook. We haven't watched Lampoons yet.
I haven't even started wrapping.
Whatever.
Like I am so behind on everything this year. It's ridiculous.
Well, we got some legitimate excuses. We've got some things on.
I know, but I hate being out of routine.
I know.
Like, I don't even have all my Christmas decor up. I haven't even gone through everything that I want up yet.
You know what? Enough of it's up now. We're good. Yeah. We're going to enjoy Christmas.
I have a tree for Caitlin. I got to haul up. I said she could have that one tree in the storage room.
You know what I love is that you're taking the whole week off at Christmas this year. And I was talking to Barrett about it today. He's my brother-in-law, Becky's sister's husband. And sounds like he's going to take that whole week off too.
Good.
And I'm going to shut down all the content over that week as well. There'll be the King of the Hill Christmas episode, but other than that, we might do a random live somewhere in that week, but there won't be any.
What are the days?
I don't know. Let's take a look.
I might
try to stretch it out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to stretch it out. I think Amy and I will probably stretch it out.
So we're looking at Christmas Eve is a Sunday this year. Monday, Tuesday. It kind of stretches it out. It's the full week. So
yeah, but
you could probably maybe go off on like the 21st or something.
Well, we're having a party on the 22nd, so I'll probably be there for that. But Amy and I, we'll probably actually I might be up in Lloyd too.
See, look at Byron Robert. Byron, watch Lampoons this afternoon. We are behind, honey. We need to get it. We need to watch it. So maybe tonight. What do you think?
No.
Hey, smarten up. I said we're going to watch it, and you're going to listen and like it.
My movies Die Hard. You know this.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and Digger says Harbor Freight has been on Black. And that's the other problem is that Black Friday has become this whole fucking month thing now.
And you know what? I haven't started my Saran ball. I haven't even bought. I mentioned it to Amy today. I was like, shit, I haven't bought anything.
Explain to them what that is, because most people are like, what the hell's do they call it Saran wrap in the States?
I don't. Plastic wrap, Saran wrap. Whatever. So every year when we have family over, we have games, and the prizes are like gift cards and whatever.
And I take part by sitting there and drinking whiskey or bourbon.
Yeah, but we have the Saran ball, and in the middle we put a big gift card and a big scratch ticket. And then you wrap it with plastic wrap, like single, like you pull pieces and you wrap and then every couple layers, you put like scratch tickets or gift cards or candy, and you keep wrapping and you keep wrapping and you keep wrapping. And it gets about,
it got the size of a medicine ball last year.
Yeah, it's
bigger
like
than a basketball.
2 basketballs size. And then what you do is you sit in a circle, and the person beside the other person rolls a set of dice. And as they're rolling, you get to unwrap the plastic. And once that person rolls double, then it goes to that person, and same thing. And whatever you pull out, you get to keep.
The first year you did it with
oven mitts,
and that was a huge mistake.
Yeah, because they ripped a hole right through my damn oven mitts.
But it took like 7 years.
Oh, it took forever. Yeah.
And now you guys get in fights. Like I'm telling you, if there's not blood on the floor, they haven't succeeded.
It's all in good fun. We all have a great time.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we all sit around and we all scratch our scratch tickets and see who won the most. And they're like, "Hey, do you want to play, Tim?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I want to play with my glass and sit here and drink bourbon." I don't think Barrett plays either.
No, we sit back. And although I will say the game you guys did last year with the ping pong ball,
we're doing that this year.
Yeah, I enjoyed that because it's, I don't know. But I just sat back with my glass in one hand and threw a ping pong ball in the other. And
the ping pong ball game that we have is we take a whole bunch of the red Solo cups and we put them in front of the fireplace. And there's a whole bunch of empty ones, and there's ones with numbers written on the inside. And if the ball goes in that cup, you get the prize corresponding with that number.
Yeah. So
and it's just like an actual gift for the kids, because like if the kids win the gift cards and stuff, it's good for them.
Did you tell the kids they're not getting anything for Christmas yet?
Oh, well, they know what they're getting for Christmas pretty much, because Mackenzie wanted that.
A swift kick to the,
right to the face.
Yeah, maybe knock the teeth out, something like that.
No, if I knock the damn teeth out, then I'm going to have to pay for the damn dental bills.
We have dental plan. Jeez, come on now. We pay enough for the benefits.
Yeah, but it ain't going to cover everything.
No, that's true. Well, they'll just have to live with a few missing teeth. Oh boy.
No, it's just
yeah.
You don't even know, Olivia. You said you're not coming.
Yeah, I said ping pong. Yeah, anyway. So Byron likes my game of bourbon drinking. I do too, actually. Although I gotta say, guys, I was telling them in the we're doing that Camp Hope Telegram group where we encourage each other and let each other know how we're doing with our weight loss and all that stuff. Well, last night was the first time I'd actually drank bourbon in a few weeks, and I did it to celebrate 400th episode. And I mentioned I mentioned in the group, I'm like, yeah, I had a sip of bourbon last night, and this morning my stomach is killing me.
That's why your stomach's been off.
Oh, I'm sure. And Robin put quotation marks. Yeah, a sip. And I'm like, well, it was actually more like 3 or 4 fingers worth. But it's funny how quick you lose your tolerance for it, eh?
What group's that? I didn't know.
It's right here. U.S.A. made it, and it's called Camp Hope, which is from, if you guys can remember, it's a movie. It might be Heavyweights or something, where the kids go there to lose weight.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Camp Hope. So there's 14 of us in there, and we just Yozik says, keep effing moving, you got this, that kind of stuff. And we share our, if we've done good or done shitty. And yeah, it's an encouragement group for anybody who wants to get healthy. So
thanks for telling me about it.
Would you like to join?
No.
All right. Yeah. See now.
Should have told me. See, I don't want a pity join.
So anyway, that's what Yozik's great. He started pretty sure he started the ham radio group too. He's his superpower is encouragement.
I don't want a pity join. Should have been offered.
You see, guys, I don't even know why I bring her on. Just brings me on to bust my balls all night. So,
well, would anybody else want a pity join?
Maybe. So what do we get going on the rest of the weekend, baby? We're taking the dogs up to the spa tomorrow, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
All 9 of them or 8 of them. We're going to throw them all in the back of the truck, and we're going to take them up.
Well, I got those metal cages. Where did those go? We could put them in there.
Yeah, that'll be good. And
we got
there's a crib on the back of the truck.
That's got to go back to Walmart.
Yeah,
we'll do that tomorrow. Actually, when we take the dogs, we'll go right to Walmart and return it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got to dig out their harnesses and leashes tonight.
And then Sunday, I need to take Charlotte she's trying out for another
Still never talked her out of it.
Volleyball, and that's fine. She wants to play the higher end volleyball, and she's tried out for a couple so far, and this will be her third one, I think. I'm excited, but it's early Sunday morning, which is good.
And I got to make 13 dozen cookies.
Oh, you're doing
for the cookie exchange. I know, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have.
You're not even going to eat them, the cookies, right?
No, but it's the cookie exchange. I just do it every year so that we have, like, I do it so
I won't eat them this year. I know that.
Well, I might have one or two, but I do it so I have the cookies for Christmas Eve, so I don't have to bake them.
Speaking of cookies, so we needed a new fridge. Well, we didn't need a new fridge, but we decided we were going to take our fridge and donate it to the new daycare so that it justified a business expense of buying a new fridge for us. Whatever. Anyway, so as we pulled out the old fridge, and it's only been there a couple of years, we pulled the cereal boxes down from up top, and I found a chocolate/cookie from last.
I think it was a truffle.
Whatever it was.
It wasn't from last year.
No.
We didn't have truffles last year.
So maybe it'd been up there for 2 years from Christmas, and Becky bet me to take a bite of it. And she didn't think I would, but I did. I took a little nibble of it. It was 2-year-old friggin' chocolate cookie. It was disgusting. Made me sick to my stomach.
Oh, you're the idiot that could eat it.
I've done it before. So anyway, yeah.
Well, do you remember that one summer when
at band camp?
No, we couldn't find that smell. And it was at the back of the fridge. You had taken a package of hamburger and put it on the back of the fridge.
Oh, no, not the back of the fridge, the freezer. It fell behind the freezer.
No, it was at the house by the railroad tracks. It was on top of the fridge.
Yeah,
I think it was up there for like 3 weeks, and something smelled like it had died. And we couldn't find the smell, and then you pulled the hamburger down.
Well, I definitely didn't take a bite of that.
No.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know how long.
I'm sure other people have done that before.
Oh, but it stuck. Remember, it stunk the whole kitchen up?
Yeah, because I think I was rearranging things in the freezer and accidentally set it on top. And
that was
like
rancid.
Anybody who remembers Homer Sandwich, same type of situation, you know?
Yeah, that was pretty gross.
Yeah, but it'll be good. And Sunday night show, I didn't book a guest because this weekend was Thanksgiving. I didn't want to ask for a guest to come on, so it'll be a just Tim show Sunday night anyway. So I'll have a good show for it. Yeah. Oh yeah, you'll love it. Listen to what the hell's that all about? Oh boy, you don't even fucking know, do you? No, man. You're lucky we're on live video right now. Yeah.
Or what?
You know what? Yeah, you know. I won't say it out loud because it'll incriminate me. Don't hit me.
An idiot.
Oh, you want to call her quits, Mrs. Cook? We got to go get we got to get some shit ready for the trip tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and
I'm going to get my walk in tonight too, just so I say it out loud so everybody knows I'm going. It's encouragement and accountability, right? But one of these days, Tim, Gracie says, "Yes, you're going to beat me, aren't you, hon?" So that's okay. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll try to get next weekend we won't do a live because we're going to be shopping, but the weekend after we will. It'll be good. Hey.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks. Yeah. But we'll keep giving you some updates on how the daycare's going. And things will slow down there a little bit over the next bit because once we get everything unpacked and stuff, there's not a lot you can do until we get the last couple steps done, eh, baby?
Yeah. And but then I'll be at the other one.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So
we'll make it work. It'll be fun. We just kind of see each other in passing once in a while. So we hang out here so we can talk to each other, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in. We love, I actually really enjoy doing the 6 o'clock show now. We get a good crowd and we get done and still have some time to get some shit done in the evenings, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to go up and
relax. Get some shit done.
I don't think there's much to do up there. I got the Christine coming tomorrow, so I don't have to clean tonight.
Well, I'll get my walk in and then we'll get the truck ready for taking the idiot dogs up with us tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, folks. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate you. I love these. The Friday night episodes are a lot more laid back, and for some reason, even though I'm funny, people still like hearing from you too, baby. So I am funny. If everybody could just message Becky and let her know that I am funny, that would.
I'll just block all your numbers.
You will, yeah. So anyway, folks, I hope you have a great weekend. I will see you Sunday night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.